Hey guys, I'm back. I was kind of away for the weekend and the past couple weeks. Sorry for the delay in the video, or at least for making this video. I originally did record it, but then it didn't really like turn out that well, so I just decided to like let it off until now. So anyway, this is kind of a build that people have been wanting me to make, and that's the M60. Yeah, so this is the M60a1 of many variants, like the AOS and so on, but this is like more of a original variant, like just getting after the like actual standard original variant of the M60. So yeah, it is in 1/45 scale. Actually, I don't know, it's kind of big for 1/45. I can, grab this minifig. It is kind of big, like even compared to my T72, it is really big. At least in length it's the same, but in height, which does make more sense, it's maybe a little bit too tall for 1/45, so I'm not really quite sure. One reason why it is very big is mainly because I did decide to do, well, actually I don't know, it's not the same exact piece, not the same exact dish piece that I used for the wheels on the T72. It's a little bit more of a circular one, but it's the same diameter, or at least area. So yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why it's kind of bigger than most other things. Yeah, so let's just get started. So yeah, like I said, this is an M60a1. The M60 is really well known for being like a some people get it confused with being in the patent series, which it usually was designated as, but it's actually not. But yeah, the M60 was really just a stopgap between the M48s and I guess what you would make more sense of like a very brand new MBT. Yeah, the M60 is basically this like a brand new platform, but in some ways the M48 and the M60 do share some things similar, at least not like actually, but just like when you think about it, in some ways like kind of share things similar. But yeah, so anyway, moving to the piece itself. Yeah, so the front is at an angle like it is in real life. I like how it came out. The angle maybe is a little off, but for the most part it's pretty well made in my opinion. Yeah, so there is like a little underbelly, which I tried doing. I don't really do that a whole often because I don't really make NATO vehicles a whole often, so it's pretty interesting. Which I do know that in my T72s and in my Soviet vehicles that I made, that the like the gap in between the floor, or the ground and the vehicle itself actually isn't really apparent. So my mistake for that, but at the time, which actually most of my designs from like my T72 designs, actually like a lot older design. That's going back like half a year to 6 or 7 months. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so talking about the turret, the turret was like the thing that with most builds takes up the most time, because you're really trying to show the most detail in my opinion. Yeah, so here, let me just take off the turret. Oops. So I did a somewhat different design for the rotation, for the yeah, you know what I'm saying. Originally, like with my T72s and stuff, I had like a different thing that I did, but now I'll basically resorted just to jumper plates and stuff, which I originally did before I got into more complex stuff, which wasn't in the long run the best. So yeah, this is just one of those dish pieces connected to a jumper plate, which works pretty well for the most part. It does get caught on stuff sometimes, but you just gotta give it a little bit more push, and then it'll rotate. Yeah, that sometimes happen. So anyway, yeah, so let me take off the barrel and everything. So the turret itself was kind of tricky, especially with the angles of the M60. It's very circular. Unlike the M48, it's not as pan-shaped in my opinion, at least for the later variants, like the A1 that is shown. Yeah, so I had to really design that. There is some gaps, unfortunately, but I tried to cover them up as best as I could. Obviously, with probably like better pieces, you could probably cover these up, but I just don't really have those pieces. Yeah, so you do have that nice slope that's on the M60, at least the M60 turret. The cupola, very big. At least from pictures, it's actually really big. And then moving towards the back, you've got like the back area, back section. There should really be like a more of like a crew or not compartment, but like a extension right here that you can house like your equipment. But I don't know, I just put these and I think it looks okay. And there's like a little gap there maybe to show it, but yeah. M60 or so the cupola does rotate in some way, which is kind of a nice detail. I mean, it's not the best rotation. Like obviously, yeah, it will get caught, so like you can't rotate it that way. I mean, actually, I think you could probably just like take it off or whatever. But yeah, it's not the best. The top, I tried simulating like maybe a hatch right there, but for the main part, it's just kind of bland, I guess. Let's throw it back on and the inlet and everything. Yeah, I think it turned out pretty well, at least for the turret. I've been thinking maybe, I don't know if this ever gonna happen. I have a lot of stop motions that I haven't posted on YouTube yet, which I need to. Actually, I want to. I've been wanting to for a long time. Most of them are actually older, but I want to do like a 6-Day War, or I can't pronounce it. 6-Day War, like stop motion, and I'll use this as like a Magach 6 or whatever, because they did use the M60s, so that'd be pretty cool. Anyway, yeah. So moving back to the hull. Yeah, there's really no suspension, unfortunately, which kind of sucks, but here's what it is, I guess. Moving towards the rear, there's a little bit of spot right here that I might fix later. I actually didn't really ever take much attention to do this. I did look at some pictures for the engine area right here, but this area down here is probably needs to be filled with something so we get, I don't know, maybe more smooth or whatever, but yeah. You can take some of the pieces off for the manlet. What is this? I'm not quite sure what this is. Is this like, if you see on some A1s, I'm pretty sure they were sent to Vietnam, and then some that were in Germany, they had I think this is for the night vision, am I right? I'm probably gonna get bombed for this in the comments, but I really don't know. As much as I know about the M60, I don't actually know what that is, so yeah. Anyway, but if you take that off, and replace it with a different piece, let me get that piece real quick. You just replace it with a stud. You can actually make it look more like a standard M60a1 without the system. In my opinion, it looks better with it, but yeah. So there you go. The mantlet is not the best, for sure. It does come off pretty easily, and you can see why. There's not really much connecting it. So, you know, would like to maybe get a different design for that. But for now, this is what I have. So, yeah. Anyway, here's just a Russian minifig next to it. So, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I like all the support. I was talking to one of my subscribers, and he actually corrected me on something which I did not know, is that actually a variant of the M60 was not used in the Gulf War, which I was surprised about. So, at least that's what I thought. It would make sense, in my opinion, that the M60A3s would have been used like during the Gulf War, since they were switching, at least the Army was switching from the M1 from the M60 to the M1, and that would have been given, but I did not know that. So yeah, I did also look at the pictures of the museum that I went to, and it was actually A1 and not A3 like I thought. So that's my mistake. I try to get most stuff historically accurate, but sometimes I get stuff wrong like that. Even though I've been learning about this type of stuff for a long time, I still, like, the Cold War era stuff is kind of new to me in some ways, so yeah. But anyway, thank you for that subscriber for letting me know about that. We actually had a pretty cool conversation, so alright, well, thank you guys, and I will talk to you later.